They called you their best friend while stabbing you in the back. They borrowed money and never paid it back. They talked about you behind your back, flirted with your crush, and somehow always made your achievements about them. And when you finally had enough, they played the victim. You're being too sensitive. It was just a joke. I thought we were closer than this. Well, here's what your toxic friend doesn't realize. You've just graduated to a whole new level of power. Today, I'm revealing 7 devastating psychological tactics specifically designed for toxic friends. These aren't just revenge strategies, they're friendship upgrade protocols that will transform you from their emotional punching bag into someone completely out of their league. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete arsenal for dealing with fake friends, energy vampires, and those people who somehow always make you feel drained after hanging out with them. And the best part? They'll never realize you're using these tactics. They'll just slowly start to understand that you're not the same person they thought they could manipulate anymore. So if you're tired of being the friend who always gives but never receives, if you're done being their therapist while they ignore your problems, and if you're ready to show them what losing a real friend actually feels like, this is your moment. Let's begin your friendship revolution, the psychology of toxic friendships. Here's the harsh truth about toxic friends. They're not your friends. They're emotional parasites dressed up as companions. Toxic friends operate on a very specific psychological pattern. They need someone to make them feel superior, someone to dump their problems on, someone to compete with, and someone who will always be available when they need validation. Unfortunately, that someone has been you. But here's what they don't understand about human psychology. The moment you stop feeding their ego, their entire dynamic with you collapses. See, toxic friends rely on predictable reactions from you. They expect you to always be available, always be understanding, always put their needs first. They've trained you to be their emotional support system while giving you scraps in return. The tactics I'm about to share will systematically dismantle that dynamic. Each one is designed to shift the power balance back in your favor. Some will make them question themselves, others will make them realize what they've lost, and a few will make them desperate to win back your attention. But here's the beautiful part. You won't be doing any of this out of anger or desperation. You'll be operating from a place of calm, centered power. And that's what makes these tactics absolutely devastating. Let's dive into the 7 most effective ways to get psychological revenge on a toxic friend, while upgrading your entire social life in the process. Tactic 1. The strategic slow fade. The first tactic is called the strategic slow fade, and it's psychologically brilliant because it makes them question everything without giving them anything concrete to confront you about. Here's exactly how it works. Instead of dramatically cutting them off or having a big confrontation, you simply become less available. Not suddenly, not obviously, but gradually and consistently. Your implementation strategy. Week 1. Take 2 to 3 hours longer to respond to their texts. Week 2. Start declining every second invitation they make. Week 3. Stop initiating conversations entirely. Week 4. Become genuinely busy with other people and activities. The psychology behind this. Humans are pattern-seeking creatures. Your toxic friend is used to instant access to you. When that access slowly diminishes, their brain goes into overdrive trying to figure out what changed. But because it's gradual, they can't point to any specific moment and say, "This is when you started being different." Real example, Sarah used to text her toxic friend Maya every morning. Instead of stopping abruptly, she started texting every other day. Then, every few days. Then, only when Maya reached out first. Within a month, Maya was sending paragraph-long messages trying to understand why their friendship felt different, why this works so well. It forces them to confront the reality that they might be losing you, but they can't blame you for anything specific. They start replaying all their actions, wondering if they did something wrong. Meanwhile, you're peacefully redirecting your energy toward people who actually deserve it. The key, never explain what you're doing. If they ask if everything's okay, just say, "Of course. I've just been really busy lately." Let them connect the dots themselves. Tactic 2, the success amplification strategy. The second tactic is called success amplification, and it's designed to make your toxic friend realize they're watching someone they underestimated completely level up without them. The psychological foundation. Toxic friends often keep you around because you make them feel superior in some way. They love having someone to give advice to, someone whose problems are bigger than theirs, someone they can subtly compete with and win. But what happens when you start obviously winning at life? Your action plan. Phase 1. Document everything positive. New job opportunities, promotions, raises, fitness achievements, new hobbies, skills you're learning, social events with other friends, travel experiences, personal growth milestones, books you're reading. Phase 2, strategic sharing. Post these wins subtly on social media where they'll see. Mention achievements casually in conversation. Don't elaborate. Let mutual friends know about your successes. Show up looking better, feeling more confident, radiating positive energy. Phase 3, the exclusion element. Don't ask for their opinion on your new opportunities. Stop seeking their validation for your choices. Make it clear that your success is happening independent of them. Real scenario. Marcus started a side business after his toxic friend Jake constantly made jokes about his lack of ambition. Instead of arguing, Marcus documented every milestone: first client, first $1,000 month, first $5,000 month. He shared these wins strategically, never directly to Jake, but where Jake would definitely see them. Within 3 months, Jake went from mocking his ambition to asking how he could get involved. Why this devastates them? It forces them to confront the fact that their assessment of you was completely wrong. They thought you needed them, but clearly, you're thriving without their input. It makes them realize they might have underestimated someone who's now becoming unreachable. Pro tip: the key is to make your success feel effortless and natural, not like you're trying to prove anything to them. Act like this is just who you've always been becoming. Tactic 3, the New Circle Exhibition. Tactic number 3 is called the New Circle Exhibition, and it's about showing your toxic friend that not only are you fine without them, but you're actually thriving with people who are on a completely different level. The psychological impact. Nothing hits a toxic friend harder than realizing they're being replaced by people who are more interesting, more successful, and more fun than they are. Your strategic approach. Step 1. Identify your ideal social circle. People who inspire you rather than drain you. Friends who celebrate your wins instead of minimizing them. Individuals who add value to your life through their conversation, skills, or energy. People who respect your time and emotional boundaries. Step 2. Systematically build these connections. Join clubs, classes, or groups related to your interests. Say yes to invitations from people you admire. Be the person who organizes interesting activities. Attend networking events, workshops, professional meetups. Step 3. Document your new social experiences. Share photos from events your toxic friend wasn't invited to. Mention interesting conversations you've had with new friends. Talk about plans and activities that clearly don't include them. Let them see you laughing, having deep conversations, being appreciated. Detailed example. Lisa realized her toxic friend Emma always made her feel boring and unsuccessful. Instead of confronting Emma, Lisa started attending art classes, joined a hiking group, and began going to book club meetings. She posted photos from gallery openings, mountain hikes with new friends, and intellectual discussions over coffee. Emma went from making snide comments about Lisa's limited social life to asking why she wasn't being invited to these exclusive events. The beautiful psychology. Your toxic friend will start to see themselves through your new circle's eyes. If you're hanging out with successful, confident, interesting people, what does that make you? And if you're choosing to spend time with them instead of your toxic friend, what does that say about your toxic friend's value in your life? Advanced move. When your toxic friend asks about your new friends, be generous with compliments about them. Oh, Michelle is incredible. She just started her own company and speaks 3 languages. Let them feel the contrast between the energy they bring to your life versus the energy these new people bring. Tactic 4, the information diet. The 4th tactic is called the information diet, and it's one of the most psychologically effective strategies because it cuts off their supply of ammunition while making them realize how much they relied on your openness. The core principle: toxic friends use your personal information against you. They minimize your problems, gossip about your struggles, give unsolicited advice, or use your vulnerabilities to make themselves feel superior. So we're going to systematically cut off their access to your inner world. Your implementation strategy. Level 1. Surface conversations only. Stop sharing your dating life, relationship problems, or romantic interests. Keep career struggles, financial concerns, and work stress to yourself. Don't mention family drama, health issues, or personal insecurities. Avoid discussing future plans, dreams, or goals you're working toward. Level 2. Redirect personal questions. How's work? Oh, you know how it is. How about you? Are you seeing anyone? I'm just focusing on myself right now. What about your love life? You seem stressed? I'm fine. Tell me about your weekend plans. Level 3. Feed them generic positivity. Everything's going really well, actually. I'm in such a good place right now. I'm just focusing on positive energy these days. Real-world application. Jennifer used to tell her toxic friend Rachel everything. Work problems, dating disasters, family stress. Rachel would always respond with subtle digs disguised as advice. So Jennifer started the information diet. When Rachel asked about her new job, Jennifer said, "It's going really well, thanks." When Rachel probed about her dating life, Jennifer smiled and said, "I'm just enjoying being single right now." Within weeks, Rachel was frustrated because she couldn't find anything to criticize or fix. The psychological effect: your toxic friend will start to feel distant from you, but they won't be able to pinpoint why. They're used to being your emotional dumping ground and your problem solver, whether you asked for it or not. When that dynamic disappears, they feel useless in your life. Advanced technique. Start sharing your real thoughts and feelings with your new, healthier friends instead. Let your toxic friends see that you're still open and vulnerable, just not with them. This creates a clear hierarchy in your relationships that they can't ignore. Tactic 5, the mirror treatment. Tactic number 5 is called the mirror treatment, and it's incredibly effective because it forces your toxic friend to experience their own behavior without you having to say a single word about their toxicity. The psychological foundation: most toxic people have zero self-awareness. They dish out bad behavior, but can't handle receiving it. The mirror treatment makes them feel exactly what they've been making you feel, and suddenly they understand how destructive their patterns really are. Your tactical approach: mirror their availability. If they take 4 hours to text back, you take 4 hours. If they cancel plans last minute, become mysteriously unavailable when they want to reschedule. If they're always too busy for your events, suddenly you're too busy for theirs. Mirror their conversation style. If they always interrupt you, start interrupting them. If they change the subject when you're talking about yourself, do the same to them. If they give unsolicited advice, start giving them unsolicited advice about everything. Mirror their support level. If they minimize your problems, minimize theirs. If they're never available when you need them, become unavailable when they need you. If they make everything about themselves, start making everything about yourself. Detailed scenario: Kevin's toxic friend David always made their hangouts about David's problems. When Kevin tried to share something, David would either interrupt or give advice Kevin didn't ask for. So Kevin started mirroring this behavior. When David started complaining about work, Kevin interrupted with his own work story. When David asked for advice about dating, Kevin gave obvious suggestions with a slightly condescending tone, the same tone David always used with him. Within 2 weeks, David said, "You've been acting really self-centered lately." The beautiful irony: they'll call you out for behavior they've been displaying for months or years. When this happens, you can either smile and say, "Interesting observation," or you can use it as an opportunity to have a real conversation about friendship dynamics. Why this works so well: it breaks their unconscious expectation that they can treat you however they want while you maintain perfect friend behavior. They start to feel uncomfortable in the friendship, but instead of blaming you, they start questioning their own actions. Important note: use this tactic sparingly and strategically. The goal isn't to become toxic yourself. It's to give them a taste of their own medicine so they understand what they've been doing to you. Tactic 6, the upgrade demonstration. The sixth tactic is called the upgrade demonstration, and it's about becoming such an obviously improved version of yourself that your toxic friend realizes they're no longer on your level, and they probably never were. The core concept: while they've been staying the same or getting worse, you're going to systematically upgrade every area of your life. This isn't about proving anything to them. It's about proving everything to yourself. But the side effect is that they'll feel left behind in the most obvious way possible. Your comprehensive upgrade plan: physical transformation. Develop a consistent fitness routine that makes you feel strong and confident. Upgrade your style. Invest in clothes that make you feel powerful. Improve your grooming, posture, and overall presence. Take care of your health with better sleep, nutrition, and stress management. Intellectual evolution. Read books that expand your mind and give you interesting things to talk about. Learn new skills that make you more valuable professionally and personally. Take courses, attend workshops, listen to podcasts that elevate your thinking. Develop opinions and perspectives that come from genuine knowledge and experience. Social elevation. Cultivate relationships with people who inspire and challenge you. Join communities and groups that align with your values and goals. Become someone others seek out for advice, collaboration, and companionship. Practice better communication skills and emotional intelligence. Professional advancement. Level up your career through skill development and strategic networking. Take on projects and responsibilities that stretch your capabilities. Build a reputation for excellence and reliability in your field. Create multiple income streams or side projects that excite you. Extended example: Maya's toxic friend Lisa always made subtle comments about Maya's lack of ambition and boring lifestyle. Instead of defending herself, Maya quietly started upgrading everything. She joined a CrossFit gym, started reading philosophy books, learned graphic design, joined a young professionals group, and began freelancing on weekends. 6 months later, when Lisa made another comment about Maya's simple life, Maya just smiled and said, "Yeah, I'm really happy with how things are going." Lisa could see Maya's confidence, her new friends, her improved appearance, her interesting projects, and suddenly Lisa's own life felt stagnant in comparison. The psychological devastation: your toxic friend will realize that while they've been focused on tearing you down, you've been focused on building yourself up. They'll see that you don't need their validation because you've created genuine self-worth. And they'll understand that they're no longer qualified to give you advice because you've clearly surpassed their level of personal development. The ultimate power move: when they inevitably ask, "What's changed about you?" or how you've become so different, just smile and say, I decided to invest in myself. Don't elaborate. Let them figure out what that means for their own life. Tactic 7. The elegant exit. The seventh and final tactic is called the elegant exit, and it's your ultimate power move. The moment you gracefully remove yourself from their life without drama, explanations, or giving them the satisfaction of a reaction. The psychology of the elegant exit. This is the most devastating tactic because it forces them to confront the reality that you've outgrown them completely. There's no argument for them to win, no drama for them to feed off, no way for them to play the victim. You simply disappear from their narrative. Your strategic implementation. Phase 1. The natural distance. Stop initiating all contact. Respond politely but briefly when they reach out. Decline invitations without elaborate excuses. Thanks, but I can't make it. Remove them from your social media feeds, not blocked, just unfollowed. Phase 2. The redirection. When they ask to hang out, suggest group settings only. If you do see them, keep interactions surface level and time limited. Start treating them like a pleasant acquaintance rather than a close friend. Have clear boundaries and stick to them without explanation. Phase 3. The final fade. Stop responding to texts that don't require responses. Don't attend events where they'll be the primary focus. When mutual friends ask about your friendship, be diplomatically vague. If they confront you directly, be honest but not cruel. I'm just in a different place in my life right now. The complete scenario. After using the previous 6 tactics for several months, Sarah realized her toxic friend Emma hadn't changed at all. Emma was still gossipy, still competitive, still draining. So Sarah implemented the elegant exit. She stopped suggesting hangouts, stopped sharing personal details, and started treating Emma like a casual acquaintance. When Emma finally asked what was wrong, Sarah said, nothing's wrong. I'm just prioritizing different things in my life right now. Emma pushed for more explanation, but Sarah just smiled and said, I hope you understand. 6 months later, they occasionally liked each other's social media posts, but their friendship was effectively over, and Sarah felt nothing but relief. Why this is the ultimate revenge. It shows your toxic friend that they simply don't matter enough to you anymore to warrant drama or confrontation. You're not angry, you're just done. And that level of indifference is more devastating than any argument could be. The beautiful part, you get to keep your dignity, your peace of mind, and your energy. Meanwhile, they're left wondering what they did wrong and wishing they could have one more chance to prove they're worth your time. Your new reality, by the time you've executed the elegant exit, you'll have new friends, new interests, new confidence, and a new understanding of what healthy relationships actually look like. Your toxic friend becomes a distant memory of who you used to be before you learned to value yourself properly. Your friendship transformation. Here's what I want you to understand. These 7 tactics aren't just about getting back at a toxic friend. They're about fundamentally changing how you show up in all your relationships. When you master the strategic slow fade, you learn that your time and energy are precious resources. When you implement success amplification, you discover that your achievements don't need anyone else's validation. The New Circle exhibition teaches you that you deserve friends who genuinely celebrate your wins. The information diet shows you the power of healthy boundaries. The mirror treatment reveals how much control you actually have in relationship dynamics. The upgrade demonstration proves that your best revenge is becoming someone so remarkable that their opinion becomes irrelevant. And the elegant exit? That's you learning to walk away from anything that doesn't serve your highest good. The transformation you'll experience. You'll stop attracting toxic people because you'll no longer tolerate toxic behavior. You'll recognize red flags immediately because you've seen them before. You'll have genuine confidence because it's built on real self-improvement. You'll attract healthier friends because you've become a healthier person. You'll never again let someone make you feel small because you'll know your worth. The person who watched this video and the person you'll be after implementing these tactics, they're two completely different people. And your toxic friend? They'll be dealing with the exact same problems they've always had, except now they won't have you to dump them on. That's not just revenge. That's evolution. Call to action and community. Now I want to know, which toxic friend behavior hit closest to home for you? Was it the friend who always made everything about themselves? The one who gave unsolicited advice? The one who was never available when you needed them but expected you to drop everything for their drama? Drop a number in the comments, 1 through 7, for the tactic that you're most excited to try. No need to explain your situation, just the number. I read every single comment, and your experiences helped me create even better content for this community. And here's what I really want you to remember. You don't owe anyone a friendship that makes you feel worse about yourself. You don't have to be endlessly understanding with people who show you no understanding in return. And you absolutely don't have to accept toxic behavior just because someone calls themselves your friend. If this video opened your eyes to toxic patterns you've been accepting, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm building a community of people who are done settling for relationships that drain them and ready to create relationships that inspire them. Your friendship upgrade starts now, and trust me, the person you're becoming is going to attract exactly the kind of friends you deserve. Welcome to your new chapter, Star.